Sanding drywall is easily one of the most miserable chores in home renovation, mostly because of the fine, white powder that ends up coating every single surface in the house. But this GEVEELIFE sander is trying to change that narrative. The first thing that hits you is how much thought went into the dust collection. It uses a dual-action system where the sanding disc itself is porous, pulling debris right at the source, while a built-in vacuum unit helps push that dust into the bag. It claims a 98% capture rate, and honestly, while it might not be perfectly spotless, it is shockingly clean compared to the old-school manual sanding blocks. You can even hook it up to a standard shop vac if you really want to keep the air clear. Under the hood, there is an 880-watt motor that feels pretty punchy. It is not just about raw power, though. The speed control is actually useful here. You have 5 settings, and you will find yourself dialing it down for those finer finishing touches where you do not want to gouge the wall, then cranking it up when you need to strip back a rough patch of joint compound. It is a pure copper motor, which usually means it is built to last, but keep in mind that this thing gets a little warm if you run it for more than 30 minutes straight. It is not a deal breaker, but you definitely need to give it a 10-minute breather to let it cool down if you're tackling a whole room. The design is where things get interesting for anyone who has ever had to sand a ceiling. The head rotates a full 360 degrees, which makes it feel surprisingly nimble when you are moving across a wall. Plus, the extension pole swivels, so you are not constantly climbing up and down a ladder to hit those high corners. There is also a ring of LED lights around the head, which is a massive help. It casts light in a way that highlights every single imperfection in the drywall, so you stop missing those little ridges that only show up once you start painting. Now, it is not perfect. The hose is about 6.5 feet long, which is decent, but if you are working in a really large space, you might find yourself wishing for a bit more slack. Also, it has a bit of weight to it, so if you are doing ceilings all day, your arms are going to feel it by the evening. But for the price and the sheer amount of time it saves on cleanup, it is a solid piece of kit. If you're tired of wearing a mask and goggles just to smooth out a patch of wall, this thing is a pretty serious upgrade for your tool shed. It is not going to make sanding fun, but it will definitely make it a whole lot less painful.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.